Shop Talk. We're trying some different things out on the show, and so there's a couple of technical difficulties. But this is Urban Shop Talk with Barry and Terry.
Terry and Barry.
Barry and Terry.
Man, you got it right there. You said my name first, which should have been. So that's
okay. Well, now I'm thinking it's Terry and Barry. But anyway,
I got a little ego.
we are back.
That's all right.
And like I said, we had a couple of technical difficulties, but we are back. And great weekend. It's been a sunshiny weekend here in Seattle. How was your weekend?
Man, it was low key weekend. Cinco was on Friday. So
Did you have to get bailed out on Saturday?
Man, please, never that.
You sure about that?
It was low key. Like I said, went had a couple beverages,
A couple
beverages, and got home early, get ready for work. It was a busy weekend at the shop. Barry's Barbershop, of course.
Barry's Barbershop. Hey, coming in and out. The sun is out. The sun brings a lot of dresses out, a lot of ladies. The guys want to get their haircuts. And one of the things that they might be doing is something like this thing that's coming up next Friday.
Okay.
Not next Friday, but Friday, July the 14th, which is going to be a really hot day, I'm sure. And it's going to be even hotter because it's going to be a throwback sizzling jam that's going on at the Showware Center with Tony, Drew Hill, Silk, Total,
H-Town.
H-Town.
Let me tell you, H-Town.
Baby Making Music, and the alumni.
H-Town had a lot of cuts. I think it was their first album. Check out was that one with Knocking the Boots?
Yeah.
Was it Knocking the Boots?
That might have been their first album. But there is a guy that we have here who's a good friend of the show, and he's going to be putting this one on, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about it, so we're going to bring him out. His name is RJ the Host. Come on down, RJ the Host.
My dude.
Next contestant here on Urban Shop Talk.
What's up, man? What's going on?
Welcome back, man. Welcome back.
Urban Lounge,
thanks for having me, guys. Good to be here.
Man,
what's up,
we are glad that you're here, man. And
yes.
Like I said, these are some people that I used to listen to, man. These are people I like to hear, man. This is the kind of music they don't make no more,
that's
man.
Right.
Tell me about this show that's going on.
Man.
Throwback Sizzling Jam, man.
Wow. So, man, I'm excited to be here to be on the promotional team for this event. It's just something real nice and hot for the summer. It's something that I think everybody can enjoy, and we also have a lot of concerts that we work on our own. And when we got the call to kind of be a part and help promote this event, it was like, okay, it kind of falls along the same line of work that we've done in the past. So, Tony, Drew Hill, as you said earlier, are a lot of groups that we worked with before. So it was only right to bring it here in Washington, Kent, us to be a part of it. And it's not, shout out to Ocean Records, also shout out to TZ Entertainment, and also shout out to Third Level Events as well.
So RJ, is this like the ladies' night out? Because I went to a couple of ladies' night. They were off the hook.
Oh, right.
Definitely. Did Steve?
Okay.
Steve did the ladies' night out.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
He did.
I see you, Steve.
It's definitely along the same lines. That's definitely the format, the formula, as we all know.
That was a good look, man.
He's been doing those type of events for a while. In Washington as well as Fresno, California, and Stockton. So
tell me, is Funk Daddy gonna be on it?
Well,
I
can't, I can't speak on that just yet. But either way, it's gonna be a really good time, man. Make sure you guys get your tickets for that July 14th. It's gonna be real dope. Come on out and support. We also have some other stuff coming up here pretty soon as well. Let's see. I believe we have 4th of July. We're gonna be over at Clearwater Casino with 112. 4th of July. So if you don't have any plans for 4th of July, get it down over to Clearwater.
There's gonna be some babies. And you can stay over.
See, here you go. Go to Clearwater.
Only you.
Entertainment.com. Get your tickets for that.
Oh
yeah. So
they had cuts.
Oh yeah.
They got a good library.
They got
a nice little catalog.
They don't make groups like that. This is all like you talk about guys like Tony, Drew Hill, Silk, Total. Why ain't there no groups no more, man? There's groups. They used to have groups like that all the time, man. What's going on, man? But those are the guys that I like, though. I'm glad you.
Well, yeah.
I definitely like H-Town because people were sleeping on H-Town.
H-Town
had. They had the beats.
Can't forget about Silk. You can't forget about Silk. Silk's on this lineup too. Now Silk,
You remember when they used to play Silk at those? I know you go.
Silk is
at those school dances.
Pretty Bad Eyes, right? Is that Pretty Bad Eyes, Silk?
No, Freak Me.
Who was it?
Meeting in my bedroom.
Meeting in my bedroom.
Yeah.
Don't be late.
Make sure you guys check in. All you grown folks out there that that know about this R&B, that 90s good good feel good.
RJ, are we gonna
Chime
get?
in on
Are
it.
we gonna get any more though? Is this gonna be like a one time, or is this gonna be kind of a?
No.
Because I know the ladies' night out was going strong, and
Yeah.
you know it kind of.
Well, here's the thing. You know, it's a risk. Well, any show is a risk, right? It's a gamble. You know, and one of the key factors that we all stress is support. You know, when these shows on that level come to town, you have to really go out and support. And what I say by support, what I mean is go purchase tickets. You know, or if you are connected to the promoters in any sort of way, you know, bring them some people and you'll get a couple free tickets. You know, you got to meet it halfway. But everybody, a lot of times, wants to get the hookup.
Nah, don't get
You know,
that.
so
Support
when you
these
do
black
events on that level, you got to kind of support
support
you know,
the
that's all I'm
industry,
saying.
and
Right,
you shouldn't.
right.
You shouldn't. To me, this is a good date night type of thing.
Absolutely.
You know, you're in a relationship, even if
No
you're
doubt.
not.
It's a good
You go
date
hear
night.
some good music. You shouldn't worry about
All right.
hookups.
Or if you're single, you're gonna have groups of females that are gonna go with their girls, and you know,
Looking nice.
and fellas come clean, you
Coming
know,
out,
come
looking
sharp,
nice.
and
Bring
might
it-
meet your woman.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
Need
saying.
something.
You know, but man, it's a lot of fun. You know, like I said earlier, I was able to be a part of the promotional team to help get the word out. And like I said, you know, come on out and support it. And I appreciate you guys for having me on the show. But
Yeah,
Yeah, well, we
And a little
appreciate-
background about this guy, how I met this guy. Actually, I met him in the barbershop. Well, I known him for a long period of time. His reputation. What? No, it was good.
Oh, no.
Good reputation.
Carry on.
So we kind of
Sure.
met up again in Kent when I was at my other shop there, and you
No
came
doubt.
through, and then we started something called the Urban Lounge,
Yeah.
which we were proud of. I thought
Definitely.
that was a good look.
It was.
Smaller type of thing, and then it was,
you know, because we wanted to, you know, do something more mature and more grown. And what I mean by grown is just a little bit more classy. You know, dress up a little bit, make it more of an experience, an event, rather than just a club night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
me, you,
uh,
Funk, Eric, Miss Eric.
well, yeah. It was a nice run. You know, one thing about me when I do things, I look for quality. I just like to, you know, make it a more of an experience, especially being grown. When I go out, I want to dress nice. I want to go out and have a good time. You know, and
That
and
grown
just
man stuff.
Yeah,
None of that-
yeah.
None of that weird stuff that's going on now.
you know,
grown
and,
man.
and no knock against the young cast, the young generation, you know, but it's just a preference, you know, it's a preference. But I just like to keep the 90s R&B music, that old, you know,
Oh, the real, that's the real
Let's
era.
keep it
The
alive,
best era,
man.
the best era R&B I think was the '90s.
Yeah,
it was.
definitely.
I think that
well,
was definitely.
Well, this is going to be something everybody look out for. It is the Throwback Sizzling Jam. Everybody look out for that July 14th. We
Yes,
want to
sir.
thank RJ, the host, for coming through. Let
Thank you,
everybody
guys.
know about this, man. It's going to be
Absolutely.
something. It's going to be an event.
And if
Everybody look out for it.
if I can, let me say one last thing before I exit.
Go ahead, man.
Make sure you guys follow me, RJ the host, on Instagram. We got a lot of things coming up. A lot of things. You know, I can't say too much about, you know, some of the things just yet, but just trust me when I tell you this. We've been working real hard for the past, I'd say, year and a half to bring a lot of cool stuff here, man. I think everybody's gonna really appreciate.
I appreciate your
and
grind.
enjoy
I
it,
know this guy
you know?
puts in the work. You do
All
put
right.
in the work, brother.
And like I said, shout out to Ocean Records, shout out to DJ Funk Daddy, shout out to
Yes, sir.
TZ Entertainment, also shout out to Third Level Events. They're all doing you know, their job to
Good
push
guys,
this
good
event.
brothers, man. Doing
So,
your thing.
yeah, thank you guys, man.
All right, man.
RJ.
Appreciate you.
Love you, bro.
Yes, sir,
All
brother.
right, look out for
man.
that Throwback Sizzling Jam and everything else that RJ's bringing to you, man. That good.
All right.
Thank you for coming through. So, yeah, everybody look out for that, man. That's going to be a nice night out.
yeah. It's
A lot
gonna
of
be
ladies,
nice.
B. I was putting it out there. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know it's going to be a lot of
Well,
ladies.
yeah,
A lot of ladies
I'm
out there.
going. I already know I'm gonna be
Tony and Silk, Drew
Yeah,
Hill.
yeah, that's gonna be- yeah,
a lot
it's
of
gonna be
nights.
fun.
They
Hey,
like to dress up.
Any
They like to
after
get nice.
party, right? After hour?
Gonna be something. So
Yeah.
that's it. So that's something you guys keep a lookout for out here in Seattle. If you ain't in Seattle right now, come on down. That might be a good time to come on and check it out.
Come on, man.
All right. So first up of the reviews that we got today, we got a couple of them. We want to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. This movie's blowing up everywhere. It's already made over 420 million worldwide.
It's gonna make $1 billion.
More than likely to make.
So
it.
you'll
He
give
makes
it
400 in
it
the first-
props because it made $1 billion.
No, that's not what I said.
Okay.
And I don't just give people props for making billions of dollars. Hence the Transformer trash that you like that I always go
I didn't
after.
say nothing about Fast and
But-
Furious. I was going to
but-
give it a rest this week, but you
But
got to go into it.
now
We
that
can.
you
We
mentioned
can get it in about
yeah,
that.
this one's gonna make a lot of money, and it's gonna do well. We got a chance to see it this past weekend, and we're gonna give our little review about it. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Volume 2, stars Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Bradley Cooper, Kurt Russell, Michael Rooker, all the a lot of all the original cast, and then a couple of new guys like Kurt Russell in there.
He was good.
It's
Kurt Russell was good.
You know, it follows a lot of what was set up in the first movie. It takes it in a different direction in a lot of ways. A lot of fun. What do you think about this movie, man?
It's a fun movie. Not as good as the first one, but that can be expected. It wasn't bad. I thought it could have easily went to be a kind of a, you know, bad big budget movie. But you know what makes this movie work is the ensemble piece.
Yeah.
I thought they work so well together. You know what I'm saying? It's really good at that because when you look at the storyline, you're like, storyline is not something that we haven't seen before. It's not nothing new, but the pieces work together so well. They really picked a good crew to kind of bring it together. What do you think?
Right. Well, I with the whole thing about the team aspect and the ensemble, because that's what worked so well about the first Guardians movie, and they brought the same you know, humor.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a comedy all the way. I mean, there's action to it, but this is more comedy than anything else. And the best beats about this movie are the same beats that were in the other one, and they were able to take them in different directions this time. But the humor's there. I think Dave Bautista steals the show as Drax again. He's hilarious.
He's good.
But he steals the show in the comedic sense. Overall, I thought Michael Rooker was man. He was amazing in this movie.
Yeah.
That guy, his character Yondu has a great journey during this movie, and he has a really strong character arc that you know, develops his character further and takes it into a different direction.
And they highlight it.
And it's highlighted. I actually overall thought the movie. Now here's what I thought. I thought that I liked the first movie, Guardians of the Galaxy, and I like this one, and I might like them equally in the sense that I thought that I liked things better about the first movie, and then I liked some things better about this movie. In the sense where I thought the first movie, it did a better job of balancing the humor and the action. I thought the action was a little bit stronger in the first movie, and I thought they balanced it with the humor a little bit better. And I liked a lot of the different places, I'll just say without giving away anything, that the first movie took, whereas this movie, it kind of stayed in some of the same places, if I can say that, more than the other one did, because the other one jumped around a little bit more. But what I do like better about this movie, I thought the central story that this movie is following, which I cannot get into because that will spoil a lot of what it is. I thought the central story in this one and the villain in this movie overall was better.
I thought the villain was really good.
The villain was a lot better. The first villain was like, you don't even remember what his motivation was. This one really had a backstory and history to it, and it adds a lot to it.
Well, the first one, I thought going into the first one, because it took me a long time to watch it. I just, for some reason, it just didn't do nothing for me.
The first one?
The first one.
Really?
It took me, I probably was out 8 months before I watched it, and I was like, oh, this movie's good.
Oh, you mean it took a while for you to jump on the watch the movie.
Watch the movie in general. No, and you're right about that. I thought that they did a good job of not going overboard on the action. I thought the action was kind of cool in this, and I thought it was a really good balance. Overall, I was entertained. And that's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for a great movie.
No, this movie did exactly what it needed to do. And you go to see Guardians of the Galaxy, you're watching a movie with a talking raccoon and a baby tree. So you automatically aren't going in there. And he's great. He's great. He's cute, baby Groot in the movie. So you already like these characters going in. I would like to see a little bit more here and there with some of the action. I would thought that they could have used a little more action in some spots. But overall, I was pleased with the movie. 3 stars for me for a nice time.
Unlike your movie Fast and Furious, where every different movie it goes way overboard in terms of the action. I thought the action was it was cool. It wasn't too much. I was entertained. I liked the movie. I have to say, I agree with you.
3 stars. 3 stars?
Yeah, 3 stars.
3 stars. I mean, you're going there for an action comic, sci-fi comedy movie. That's what you get.
It wasn't bad.
And all the post-credit scenes are really cool, too. So if you go watch that movie, stay the whole time, because they got post-credit scenes all
They're doing that for every movie now.
Yeah, well, not as many as this one, though. This one had 5 or 6. It was a lot of them,
brother.
So, and a lot of little surprises, too, in the movie, which I won't get into, but Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I liked it. Go check it out. So there's another one that I'm not too excited about talking about, but we do have to talk about because we did watch it and we want to give it to you guys. A movie called Slate.
Yeah.
which came out, and you know, it's a bit of a disappointment for me, to be honest. But I'll get into what it is.
Facebook did a great job of advertising for that movie because I seen that.
Slate was, you know what? I was.
They're like, this is gonna be a superhero.
Well, let me tell you. Let's talk about
superhero.
I'm gonna get your thoughts.
You know,
in a second.
you know, I get excited.
Let me get your thoughts in a minute.
Waste of.
Hold on. Save it.
Right.
Save it.
Call
that dog. All right.
You got me upset.
Look, okay, man. Slate is a 2016 American drama film. It's about a street magician in Los Angeles. You know, it stars a newcomer, Jacob Lattimore, Seychelles, Gabrielle Dulé-Hill, Storm Reed. Basically, the movie is about it's about a young street magician, and he gets caught up in the street life. And when things get really tough and rough, he has to use his abilities, his unique abilities, should I say, to try to get out of them and save his sister who gets kidnapped in the movie. So, overall thoughts, Slate.
I'm gonna tell you, I knew I was in trouble in the opening segment when they had the credits coming, you know, and it said WW. Was it W? It said WWE Productions. I said, oh no,
they haven't been all
this
trash.
is it.
This has been all trash, mostly trash, but they haven't been all. They did the call with Holly Berry was all right.
No, it wasn't.
Pictures. Well, it was all right.
She's not a good actor.
Okay, so we'll put that on.
Really, if she's good, go watch that monster.
Oh, the movie that you wanted to get the award for. Yeah,
let's say that. Hey,
was that
a permanent actress? We're gonna give it a black actress. We're gonna give it a black actress.
Stick to Slate.
Halle Berry. Okay.
Stick to Slate. What do you think about Slate?
I did.
Halle Berry is anywhere in the movie.
But I'm just saying because they produced it, we know what kind of.
Well, what did you think about Slate?
It was not good.
Why was it not good? What did you
story was way. It didn't make any sense. It was boring. It's not a superhero movie. I don't know what kind of superhero.
They did market it as one.
They did market it as it's not a superhero movie. Okay. Well,
no, I'm listening to you. I'm going off what
the acting was poor. The so-called villain. Did he scare you?
No, and okay. I will completely. Let me piggyback off of that because I think the biggest
get on my back and roll
problem with this movie. I will roll with you on this one. The villain is terrible. Dulé-Hill is. I don't know who thought that Dulé-Hill should be a gangster, drug dealer, kingpin because it was terrible, and it almost seemed like the same person who thought it would be a good idea to put him in that role is the same person who wrote his dialogue because it was terrible.
It was terrible. It didn't go along with nothing.
No, it was so stupid, and it automatically takes you out of it. Now, I do like Jacob Lattimore, the new guy who's playing the main character in the movie. I thought he was okay.
Well, it was hard to figure him out though because he did a lot of questionable things.
It wasn't his fault though. It was bad writing in the movie, and yeah, they did market it as a superhero movie. It's kind of not that, and I actually would have been better with it being just about a magician. Like they had elements of like they showed like his poster of Houdini, and Houdini is a great. Anybody ever heard anything about Houdini or knows anything about his history? If it had something like that, just had him be like on that level.
They just said it. It was like, well,
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They didn't really.
There was no history or reason why you wanted. He said, "Oh, my dad showed me magic." Well, your dad showed you a lot of different things. Don't mean that you're going to incorporate all those things into your new life.
Right, and they didn't really go into a lot of things.
Can I say one more thing?
What I'm saying is real quick before. I thought that the movie had a chance because anytime I see a young brother and it's a superhero type thing or whatever, I get excited. I'm sorry. I like to see that kind of thing.
Excited because I guess I don't understand that part of it.
Well, because if I see a young brother and he's in the streets, but you add the superhero element to it. I like seeing black people on screen for one, and you add the superhero thing, which I'm a huge comic book fan. So yeah, I get excited about that. And it didn't give me that per se. It just gave me.
I get excited for a good movie. That wasn't. It doesn't matter if he's black, green, or.
But it was what the movie was about. You just got through saying you thought it was a superhero movie. So
I'm just saying I thought it didn't matter to me if he's black or green. It just means
it's a movie about a black kid in the hood that has superpowers.
He was in the hood.
He wasn't.
What? Okay, what name of the hood did he was in?
He was in.
He was in Venice Beach.
He was in LA.
Okay, goodness gracious.
He was, but that was what it was trying to be. It was trying to be a kid.
Okay.
That's what I already agreed that the movie didn't execute anything the way it's supposed to.
Nothing.
All right. Well, I would not recommend
you could have wrote that script.
I'd write a better one than that.
So the verdict for both of you guys.
The verdict,
no.
1 star.
I give it 1.5 for the effort that the young guy did.
The problem I have, remember at the
not
end, people probably not gonna see it.
Don't. We're not gonna spoil it.
Okay.
We're not gonna spoil it. Don't spoil it.
When you're going far, okay, I'll just say this: when you're trying to go far away from where you came, do you go down the street to San Diego?
You know, and there was a spoiler. So we're not gonna
It's not
spoil
a
it
spoiler.
anymore.
It doesn't matter.
But no, it was not. It wasn't great. But you know, check it out for yourself. See what you think about it. That's Slate. Now, another show that is on right now that we like, because we like watching all these shows as much as we like watching movies. There's a show on Netflix that dropped last week. Finally got a chance to finish it all in its entirety, and it is Dear White People.
Yes.
That is one, and it just came out on Netflix. It's a 10 episode, and it is based on the 2014 movie Dear White People. It's the same thing, same concept, but this is the show version of it on Netflix right now. This is the one we really want to talk about.
Definitely.
Overall, before we really get into it and dissect some of the finer aspects of the movie, of the show, what did you think about it?
Like the show. I thought the movie's better, but I like the show. I like the movie. Yeah, I had to go back and rewatch the movie. I like the movie. Actually, I did like the movie a lot.
Okay.
The show was good. What I like about it, if some people don't get offended by the title, it shows the different backgrounds and the aspect of how people became who they are. And it does a fine job of showing it in the college atmosphere, because in college, a lot of times, college challenges your belief system. You know what I'm saying? Your peers change, everything changes in college. And it does a great job of illustrating that and showing that. Kind of reminding me of the movie Higher Learning type of thing, you know what I'm saying? So I thought it did a really good job of doing that.
Right.
Yeah. Did you like it?
I loved it, and I actually liked it. I liked it a lot better than the movie, actually, because I watched the movie. I was a fan of the movie, but it didn't blow me away. I thought that the reason why I liked the show a little bit better was the reason why I wasn't as big a fan of the movie as I was of the show, because the show, over 10 episodes, you have a lot more time to deal with characters and develop and really go deep into where these characters are mentally, what their motivation is, and where they are in the current situation that they're in, and they have more time to play with it. And there's so many layers to the show that the movie couldn't do with this limited time. You only can tell so much story in 2 hours. The show was able to do it.
But the
more.
show piggyback off the movie. And
I'm not saying that the movie wasn't bad. The movie was a great concept. But what I'm saying is, I thought that the show was able to take it places that the movie couldn't go because of its time constraints. And the show was able to dig into it more, which is why I actually liked it a little bit better, because things about it, the movie, they were suggested, hinted at, a lot of things that the characters' motivations were, you know, in their situations. This one got to go so deep into every single character and their character-focused arcs, their character-focused episodes. So you get to look at, but I definitely would say they did. You get to go to every single character's perspective, where they're at, why they are the way that they are. That's something that the movie wasn't able to do.
Okay, you're saying from a time aspect, and you're correct about the time aspect, but in the same token is the TV show is only 33 minutes long, and it's just a quick overview. But it does do a good job of showing, like I said, some of the background of it, of the main characters. That's very good. And the main character, I thought she's pretty good, but I thought it was like the co-stars is really what propelled.
But this is you were talking about an ensemble piece. This is completely that. This is a show that the whole is better than the sum of its parts.
Yeah.
You know, the smaller the characters themselves, they're strong characters, but it's what they are all together that makes the show what it is. And I thought that the show was able to really give each character as much time as they needed to really flesh them out. You know, and it just started with the from the top. Logan Browning was great. Samantha White, she was the main chick in the show. I thought she was great in her role. You know, the role that Tessa Thompson played in the movie.
Yeah.
You know,
I thought I thought they could have maybe the first, because I'll be honest with you, I watched the first episode. The first episode was okay.
I agree.
It wasn't. They could have kind of kept going with that element of the romance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They could have pushed that. They could have kept that going for a while. Until
Well, there's an
exactly
interracial relationship.
With-
Okay, you tell me not to spoil it. You just
Well, that's
told
not a
me.
spoiler. That's a part of the
I
show.
don't know. I think
it's a
that
major
is a
part of the
spoiler,
show.
but okay. Okay, so we're gonna go on that. He said it.
Well, that's a topic. That's a part of the show.
Okay, but that's not the whole topic of the show, though.
It's
bro.
not, but it's a part of it. Interracial relationship. Go ahead, finish what you're saying. Go ahead. Let's
But
go.
what I'm saying is, you could have dove into that maybe episode 7 or 8.
No, and I
Because
think
it's
that I disagree. I think that the reason why they set it up the way they did
Well,
early was because it was a
why would you
reoccurring.
figure that they should have waited?
Because I thought because we could have got a little bit more about her and the reasoning behind some of her views and the reasoning behind what she thought about it and the reason why. Because when they showed the interracial at that point, some of her friends were upset just for a quick second.
Yeah, but you had
and
to
then
get-
it was how she was controversial.
But so much
she was
of this-
controversial on that campus, right?
Right.
And you see something like that
Without
you're-
spoiling it. Yeah.
Yeah, your friends would have been a little bit more upset because they're like, "Oh damn, you've been lying to us, and you've been kind of misleading us."
But don't you think that they had to set that up early because
I don't know
so
if they
much
had
of the
to,
show
that's what I'm saying.
so much of the show depends on that?
Did you think the whole show depended on her relationship with them?
No,
Because they did a
I
good
said
job.
I think so much of the show did depend on that in the sense of it actually addressed early on because it became a major plot point throughout the series.
No, I don't think it did. I think it became
throughout
part of the.
throughout the season.
I think it became part of it. It wasn't. And to me, they did a good job of showcasing everything else because I thought the main part of the show was
There's many.
There are, but the main was the incident that occurred on campus. I thought the main.
Well, that was a standout episode. That's one of my favorite episodes
Yeah.
on there, and it's one
And
that focuses on character
we
called
see the
Reggie.
interracial relationship. That's not really something, but I thought.
Let me give a shout out to the guy
Okay.
Mark Richardson, who plays Reggie Green. Kills it. Oh my God, he knocked that role out of the park. I loved his performance and his portrayal of Reggie Green, and his episode that focused on him is my standout of the entire season. And I thought he was great. I loved his performance in it. And that episode in particular is why I thought that this show was even stronger than the movie because they actually deal with a lot of current events that happened with the Black Lives Matter incident, which in 2014 wasn't prevalent.
Yeah.
To where it is now.
Yeah.
So they were able to address more stuff. And like I said, I like the first the movie, the original movie. I liked it, but I just thought that the show was able to take it to the next level. They were able to take it further and really delve into things.
But the only issue I had with it, I thought that should have been probably in episode 1 because then you start off with that heat. And then you can go so much with it. Because the interracial, the reason why I'm saying that is because the interracial, you kind of go into it thinking that anyway. You know what I'm saying? You kind of got that vibe like, oh, okay, something ain't necessarily right.
Well, then that seems like more of an argument for doing it first because that
I'm just saying, but what I'm saying
and
is
you had to build to the.
We've seen interracial relations. That's nothing new. There's nothing really.
It's still an issue though with a lot of people. A lot of people are sensitive with the whole interracial thing.
But it was more sensitivity among her own friends than anybody else.
That is what they wanted to address.
But I'm just saying that's not really. I don't know. It wasn't intriguing enough to me. Maybe she couldn't pull it off on that part. I thought.
No, I thought she was great. I thought she was great. I thought everybody around her was great.
Like I said, I thought the supporting cast was awesome. I thought her
Coco,
rival.
I thought the Coco, the girl playing Coco, she was great. Her
man.
name is let me get her name real quick. Her name is Antoinette Robinson.
Little Kerry Washington kind of Kerry Washington vibe I got.
She was great. I thought there were so many different issues that this show tackled.
Oh yes,
so many, and this is why I love it because the social issues that affect black people and people of color in general, and white people.
Yeah,
they addressed all. They even gave there was the character Gabe, which was in the interracial relationship. He gets a character focused episode as well. So this is what I loved about the show. This show was as three-dimensional as you can, and they even break the fourth wall to a few times in it, which is really funny. But no, they handle so many aspects. They dealt with racism as a whole, not just white on black, but they deal with black on black racism,
dark skin and light skin.
Can we please talk about that because this is one of the major things that I really wanted to talk about because there's so many different levels of this show, and somebody who
And
you would
educated.
say-
It deals with educated.
and dealing with educated black people dealing with
people.
stuff.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so I'm a brother. Okay.
Oh, you
who
are.
deals with.
Oh.
I love to talk about the culture. I love to think about the culture. I love my culture and black culture as it is. But I'm also somebody who is open to everybody's culture and everybody's experiences and everything like that. Okay, so there is a tendency amongst black people, my people, that I have seen just growing up and going through life, to where there is a tad bit of their own inner racism towards each other. There was the light skin, dark skin thing that they were doing in there, which always,
Educated, non-educated,
Yeah.
college educated,
Right.
non-college educated. There's
But
yeah, absolutely.
and
I agree with that.
that's the one it always gets me. It never fails to just blow my mind whenever I see or hear somebody say something like, "Oh, you're so light skinned," or "That's so dark skinned," or something like that. That is like the dumbest thing possible, but it actually exists, and it's such a slave mentality to me to think that way.
Okay.
Like somebody is less black than you because they're light skinned, or they're better off, or this and that. When you got to understand, we're all in the same thing together. You know, we are one people in a sense. When it talks about the black community, we are one people, and people who don't like black people, they're not gonna like you more because you're light skinned. Not really. They might accept you. We'll let you around more because you might act differently and act the way we want, but at the end of the day, somebody who's racist is going to be racist to you. It doesn't matter that you're light skinned or dark skinned. So, and I think that's something that really happens. What do you think about that when that happens? Because I've actually been around you, and we've actually seen people act like that or say things of that nature.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And it's a shame to say. Yeah, and I hear it. You know, a lot.
Yeah, I know you hear it. I know what you mean, but that happens.
I think one of the things that annoys probably me the most is when somebody's educated and we make fun of,
Because they're
they talk a certain way,
right.
they hold themselves a certain way.
There's a comment that I think the girl Coco in the show,
Yes.
she said something like, "You're blacker than thou,"
You're blacker,
kind
yeah,
of thing,
yeah.
right? And I think that's what you
Yeah,
get
and that's
because
what-
somebody they don't talk or move the same way that you
Or they don't do the things that are
Wear
quote
the same-
unquote black things.
Right,
Like,
right.
so-
And somebody will have a problem with them for that.
and so yeah, we do have a level of that, unfortunately.
Right.
How like they kind of say you talk white.
Yeah,
Definitely,
yeah.
there's definitely that. But on the flip side of that same coin, you do have some black people who have their nose up and look down at other black people
Some people
because
do.
they think that they're not educated enough, or they wear their clothes a certain
But
way.
Terry,
Or
do you think
there's
that
people
is
do too.
just a problem within our community? Or
No,
just a problem
definitely not,
because-
definitely not.
Because
This
that's the
is-
thing is, you can go throughout any community, honestly. and
Any
it's gonna
community,
be
and
like
there's going to be that. I agree with that, but what I'm saying is the show is Dear White People, and it's based with a predominantly black cast that deals with these issues.
But they do a
So
good
that's
job
why
of
I'm talking about
showcasing
it.
that even among
Right, and
that's what I'm saying.
When I'm
It's-
talking about this, I can't come at this from a Latino person's perspective. I can't come at it from an Asian guy's perspective. I can come at it from a black person's
But
perspective.
there's an understanding that
But
can go along with
this is
understanding
all-
the whole aspect of it. Because I think
of
sometimes
interracism.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I
sure
always
that
say
happens
there's
in
always
other
an
races.
aspect of it that we always say just them things from our perspective. You're right, but
Right.
there's- you can also see the connection with other races.
No, no,
And
I
sometimes you can
completely
bring
agree.
that back in
I completely
and be like,
agree.
okay, this is something that's not only in ours,
On ours,
but it's everybody.
I guarantee that it happens in every single race, that you have people that either look down on people for being not their race enough, or that they are not good enough for their race or something like that. There's all that kind of
just
stuff,
like you
right?
read in Star Wars. You think people would be like, well, is that?
And all right,
I mean, I'm just being real.
And this is the kind of thing. I'm glad you said that, because
It's true, you know?
the kind of brother that I am. This is the kind of brother that I am. I'll be in the car.
This is confession time.
I'll be in a. It ain't no confession. I'm real all the
Keep it-
time,
keep it
100% every
Hey, I'm
day.
with you, man.
So I don't have
I'm
to
with you, not
confess
against.
anything.
I'm with you, not against.
What and be there. What I'm
Okay.
saying is, I'm the type of brother who does. I watch comic book movies. I watch Star Wars and all other kind of stuff like that. But at the same time, I might be bumping a Young Jeezy album in my car or something like that. It's just the kind of brother that I am. And if anybody sees you not being authentic that might be an issue. But I'm an authentic person. I love my culture. I love who I am. But that doesn't mean I can't have friends or people outside of my culture that I can't have relationships with. And I've always thought that. But that's a big thing. Some people will look at you if you do step outside of your culture, you know, with any kind of music, entertainment, or anything like that, and they'll have a problem with you for it. You know what I mean? Because you're not this enough or that enough. You know what I mean? And I think that the show, Dear White People, I really want people to watch the show because the show really deals with every side.
And not get, you know, and not already have these preconceived notions of the title and not say, because the title doesn't really do it.
The title is the title.
It's so much more to that show.
The title kind of tells you about what it is,
but it's not.
But they go into why that the title is wrong and a problem for some people too. And they even talk about it.
It probably deals more with the quote unquote liberal types who always kind of say things that are kind of like, you know, when you walk away, you're like, damn, that's kind of.
Well, I think that there's a level of sensitivity that people need to have when they're talking about social issues. And I think that.
Well, just because you say it wrong doesn't mean you're racist, though, either. And I think sometimes.
Just because you say something doesn't mean you're racist, and just because you're not
racist
doesn't mean you can't say something.
We throw around that racist term a lot, sometimes without actually, you know, being more engaged in terms of, okay, I understand what the person's saying. But you're right. Lack of sensitivity. Now,
I think that there's a lack of sensitivity that happens a lot. A lot of times people, they get to talking about things and they're so liberal, they're so pro this, they're so pro that they kind of, you know, shun everything else that's not what they're talking about too harshly.
No, you know what I mean? Think you kind of view it differently because we live out here in Seattle. We live out here. Oh,
it's a bit,
and here's a lot different because I've been blessed enough to travel around and I've seen different things. I'm like, damn, I could live over these.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when you live here in Seattle, it's a different type of because it is quote unquote pretty.
Seattle's a melting pot. Seattle's a melting pot that has a lot of different. There's a lot of different cultures, a lot of different races, and a lot of different things that happen out here that might not happen if you live somewhere, say down south or somewhere.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean. That is more segregated, and there are areas like that.
Yeah,
I spend a lot of time.
I
about to say I spend a lot of time in the LA area, and you literally can go black area, Latino area, white area, and Asian area. It's all, you know, there are places that are more like that. Seattle's not really like that. Seattle, you can see. Now we do have communities. I'm not saying we don't have communities in Seattle. There is strong black communities.
But
there's strong
you
Asian, white, and everything else.
But
everybody's more or less, you know, cool with everything. You can see, you know, a guy, an East Indian guy walking around with an Asian woman, and it's not, nobody bats an eye or something like that. It's just what it is in Seattle, and I'm glad
you definitely see a lot of interracial out here, probably more than
it happens.
I was trying to think.
It happens.
Probably more than any other place. Definitely on there, and to me that's a good thing.
I don't have a problem with it. I want to know what people think about this because it's an interesting topic, and they deal with a lot of interracial situations. I've been a kind of,
especially on college campuses where it is. Yeah,
it happens. I mean, look, you get to places like that where you get involved with people that are not like you. And you guys still might challenge your views, and they introduce new things to you, and it might just be something. Now, me personally, I've never had a problem with that. I've never looked at it in any kind of way.
Looked at what exactly?
Any racial relationship of any kind. If you're just talking about a heterosexual relationship with somebody else of a different race, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. Or a romantic relationship with somebody else of another race, I don't see anything wrong with that. I love, you know, when I was out there, I am attracted to women, period. So it doesn't matter, black, brown, white, whatever. I've always been that way, and so my relationship,
I never understand people that kind of limit themselves.
But there is, but you know what? Now the funny thing about it is, people do, even brothers,
even sisters. Because I have guys come here. Oh, I can't believe she didn't. I'm like, well, dude, who cares?
Right. That's a brother. If I see a beautiful black woman and she's walking with a white guy, I actually get a little respect for the white guy. Like we got something in common. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we must have something in common. You know, and so I think that's just something that happens, and the people do frown upon it and everything. I've been in interracial relationships. I have interracial relationship. So that's the situation.
Well, in it right now. I mean,
it's not hard. It's not hard because I don't give a crap. So if you don't like it, it doesn't bother me. It is what it is. But the thing is, what I think the only thing that bugs me to a point, I'm not going to go anywhere, and if you look down at me for whatever reason, I could care less. But what bugs me to a point is because I'm somebody who's very much invested in my culture.
Okay.
Like I'm so much invested into my culture. So when I see somebody who might look down on me because I'm with somebody else, it's like, well, you really don't know the half of it. I'm rooting for you more than, but right away, automatically, you don't even know, but you might look down on me because of that, and that's stupid. But that's your loss in the end. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect everybody to be, accepting. They're not gonna. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Like
accepting or tolerant. Accepting or tolerant.
I don't. You don't have to. You don't have to.
I'm just asking questions.
Well, I don't expect anything. I don't expect anything from anybody.
Okay. That's
So it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Now, because one thing that bothers me too, on that same token, is I've seen a lot of brothers. Let's just say that. And like again, I can only talk about people in my circle, people that I know. I've seen a lot of brothers that have actually put down black women. That bugs me out too. I don't understand that.
I agree
that
with
always, I actually get offended when I hear that.
Yeah,
I've actually gotten into it with
our mothers.
brothers
Our
for
mothers
that.
are black.
Well, it's not even. It's
Well,
not
I'm just
even-
saying for me. I'm like,
That's where it doesn't make any sense.
That's
Yeah,
part of it.
yeah.
That's part of it. But my thing is just more or less the ignorance of, wait a minute, these are your women, these are your people in your culture, and you're putting them down because what? You don't like somebody who you dated that was like that, and you're like, or do you have some bad relationships? So I'm gonna be like, nah, I don't mess with sisters because of this. I'm gonna mess with this one. Let me tell you something, man. As somebody who has dated all around the rainbow, okay, I've dated every kind of race. All women are just women. Okay, they all have positives, they all have negatives, they all have the same emotions in certain ways. I mean, everybody's different
Everybody
individually.
yeah.
But what I'm saying
I
is,
think
you can't
experiences help
make
mold and
a
change
generalization,
certain
right? But you
Yeah.
can't make a generalization based on the fact that somebody
But
is.
I think we all do. Maybe not in a
Not-
relationship.
I'm
but
saying-
you do. You base that off of something.
Do you look at a woman and say, I think that she's gonna do this or be that because she's this color?
No, but you say that because you might say because she's a woman that she's going to do A, B, or C, or D.
Right, but
And you're basing it off of
she's
something
a
that
woman.
happened.
That would be the thing, though. Because she's a woman. But would you ever look at a woman and say, I think that she's automatically going to be this because she's that race?
No.
That
But
is
you-
dumb.
Well, maybe
But
you
you
want to
do see
just
a
take
certain-
maybe you want to take a break from a certain
For
race.
what, though? To me, what?
Oh, that's interesting, Gary.
What
would be the-
and he's not lying about that.
No,
because
so,
that
so
happened.
let me hear this, though. But what would be the point?
I'm saying,
of
like, what if
taking
you
a break
dated-
from a race?
If you
Because
dated a
people-
certain,
you dated that all your life, or you haven't really
Yeah.
maybe found that particular one.
But do you
You're
think
like,
that that's because of the race, or do you think that may just?
I'm just saying,
people.
people do say.
Well,
because
this
of
is
the
what I
race.
want to know.
well, what's the problem with saying you gave that race a shot? You want to take a break from that, and then let me try to. I'm just saying, I know a lot of people that do. I'm just saying that a lot of people do that though.
Do you
Okay,
think
what
that?
if
Do you think that that's going to change anything though? Because you're taking a
could.
different. No, man.
It could.
This is like I
To
said.
say that it's not because
No,
you're basing it.
That's a silly. To me, that's just silly to think that way because women are women. Period. If you have a bad relationship with a woman, it's not because she's black. It's not because she's white.
He's not
it's not
saying that
because she's
exactly.
Asian. What I'm
not
saying
what he
is,
said, though.
if you're saying I'm going to take a break from a race, that's a silly generalization.
But who
didn't
are you
take
to
a-
tell somebody who wants
I
to
think
date?
that's a silly generalization.
Oh, that's silly.
I'm not
that
saying-
you feel a certain
No,
way
no.
because it worked for you.
No,
I mean somebody can say the
no,
same
listen
thing.
to what
I
I'm
mean,
saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying. I'm saying I think it's silly to make that generalization that I need to stop dating this race of women for
Okay,
X reason.
now
Let me finish what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I'm not getting my point out. What I'm saying is, when you say I'm going to stop and I'm going to cut off dating this race because of whatever reason, that's silly. If you say, hey, look, I've been with a lot of white women. Maybe I want to try this Asian woman because that looks different or whatever. That's different because of that. If you say it's
Wait,
because-
hold on. So I got to word it differently for you to be like one to see.
Ow, how's
Well,
it
no,
different?
listen to what I'm saying.
I am listening.
No, listen to what I'm
Everybody
saying.
else is listening.
If you're making a generalization based on, do you think that this woman's going to be different and be personality-wise? Not just because I've never been with an Asian woman and that looks attractive to me. Let me try that. If you're saying she's going to be different because her personality is going to be different because she's not white, she's not black, she's this or that, that's silly. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
If you're
so-
basing her personality, if you're saying I'm changing up, I'm going to stop dating this race of women, this certain particular race of women, because they're all like this, that's when you sound like an idiot. If you ask me.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I'm
that's it.
thinking like, okay, so like, what if you are a speaking not even as myself, okay, well, a white woman she's dated a black man for years, and then just a bunch of black guys, and it just doesn't work out. It's nothing. She might just be tired of it's not working out with black guys. Let me just try.
Similarities.
Right.
Yeah,
She sees similarities, and
It's just maybe she has
Okay,
no
no,
problem
keep
with
on, keep on,
she
keep
has
on.
no problem
Yeah,
with.
100%.
because a lot of times you can say that, but there are similarities among people,
Okay.
right?
Okay, and she
Like,
has
there's certain-
she has no
Wait,
problem.
Don't just keep it here.
No, I'm talking. I'm just saying there's certain similarities when you date certain people that you might see, right?
Okay.
So you want to change it up.
Yeah.
You might be like, hey, hey,
Yeah, that's all
I
I'm
gave it a
saying,
go.
like-
I did it. The similarities were there. Let me try something
Right.
different. And that's what I'm saying.
What
Who am
I-
to sit
what
there
I
and
would
tell
say
you,
to that-
well, that sounds silly. Because
Okay.
you want to do that.
No,
Hey,
no,
listen.
no.
At the end of the day, you do you. You do what makes you feel right, feel good.
I think
and
there's
that's
a
cool.
difference. I think there's a difference between saying that this person looks a little bit different and that's attracted to me, and I've never went that way. That's different than saying all of these guys are like this, so I can't date
No,
that race
that's not
anymore.
I'm saying what if
But you kinda
you're
are
just
saying
saying
that.
what if you just had bad luck
Okay,
with this?
So I'm trying to answer your question. What you just got through saying. You just got through saying that if a woman has said that I've dated black men and they've all been like this, so I need
No,
to
I'm
go
saying what
this
if you
way.
just
say that?
What did you say?
that's-
It's
that?
a
we didn't say that.
similarities. If you see a certain similarities in certain race of guys that you're
Maybe
seeing.
that's the type of guy that you're dating.
Okay, but I'm not arguing with
Right?
you about that. I'm
But
saying
I'm
what
saying
you
that
said.
that's
I
the
keep-
issue, right,
That's
in the
not what I
race.
said. I said similarities.
What I'm saying
You
is
said-
that more the issue than their race? Maybe it's the type of guy that you're going
It
after,
could be.
or the type of girl
Okay.
that you're going after.
It could be.
Because that's if you're dating the same type of guy, then that's your problem. It's not the fact that their race is the same. It's you're dating the same type of dude
Jerry, can I ask you a question?
or woman or
Okay.
whatever.
So I'm just going on maybe our past, on some of the women maybe you date, okay? Have you all dated, have they all been of different races all throughout, or have there been some similar women?
When I tell you I've dated like different races, I mean different races. And there was every negative thing that I had about this chick, I had the same negative kind of experience with that chick. The same positives that I liked about this chick, I could have found the same in that chick. It was not any difference, okay? The difference might have been at a certain point, I might have been dating the same type of woman, period. Not race. It was the type of woman that I was going
Okay.
after that might have been
So
a
the flip
problem.
side of it, somebody would be like, okay, then if I'm dating, because there are people that have dated only the same race, right?
Right.
So they might be like, hey man.
But that's also about the
Let me look at
community.
this. What?
That's about if you're staying in staying in the same spot, dating the same kind of guy.
I agree.
That's that.
I agree because some people get people at the same place and they're wondering why they get the same result.
If you go
I
to the
agree
same,
with
if you
that.
do
But
anything,
I
what is
disagree
the
with you.
definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome, right? So that's what it is. If you're dating the same type of person, that's what becomes the problem.
Okay, but to that point, there's another side to that. Okay,
Which
so
side?
yeah, even if you are into black guys or white women or Spanish women,
Whatever, any race.
okay,
Right.
all right.
Go
Well,
for
can
it.
I get my point out
Go
now?
for it.
Okay, so now if you're dating a certain guy, you might be into nerds, right? For years you're dating nerdy guys, all right, and then now you're like, okay, let me try sporty guys. How's that any different
Okay.
from what you're saying? Like,
It's-
I might
but-
let me.
but
If
that's
you're
what we're
into
talking about,
black
right?
men, okay. If you're into black men, okay, yeah. I'm gonna date a nerdy guy for years. It doesn't work out. I've dated plenty of nerdy guys. Let me try sporty black guys. Okay, that doesn't work. Maybe it just doesn't work out with black guys. Let me try different race of guys. How's that?
Okay,
How's that bad?
Well,
No,
do
because
you want me to
I agree with you.
Well,
Because
no,
that's what I'm saying,
Like
like-
buying a car, right? You had the same car for 10 years. Hey, I want a new car.
Right.
Doesn't mean that it should be looked down upon.
Yeah,
you want a new
like,
car,
okay.
or, oh, that's corny because you want a new car. It's just
what-
one of those things where you want to try something different, and as a person, you have the right.
I've never said you don't
I
have
didn't
a right.
say you did. I'm just
Never
saying
said
you don't have a right, and that's what
What I'm saying is this, and the point that I continue to try to make and get across, which is what even like in the show they kind of deal with the same kind of thing. The problem isn't, it's not the race though. The problem is what you keep saying. The word that you keep saying is I want to try different type of guy or girl. It's the type of person you're dating that is the problem. Are all black people the same? No. Are all white people the same? No. Are all any other race the same? No. There's different types of people that are in every race. So if you are dating, if you're having the problem with the same type of brother, because you're dating the same type of brother. It ain't because they're black. It's because you're dating the wrong type of guy. If you're dating the wrong type of woman, it's because it's the wrong type of woman. It ain't about the race.
I hear that.
You're
right
dating
now. I
the same
understand
type
that
of
point
guy.
now.
If you're
But
having
the
the same
similarities,
type of
we're talking about similarities.
just because they have similarities,
I'm just saying. I'm not. Listen.
But what I'm saying is, just because there's similarities does not mean that it has anything to do with the race. It means that it has something to do with the type of guy that you're dealing with. You can meet the same type of a-hole that's a white guy. And you're like, okay, I'm switching it up now. I'm black. I'm not black anymore. I'm going to white guys. He can be the same type of a-hole. He might listen to different music. He might wear his clothes a little bit differently, but he can be the same type of jerk. He just happens to be
what I said about similarities, though, too.
That's cool. I never said there wasn't similarities.
This guy Barry
But
just reaching for
no,
that point. He reaching
he wants
for
to
it.
catch me, but he can't. What I'm saying is there's similarities
I get what
to
you're
people,
saying, though. I
but
understand.
there's not anything to do with the
It makes
fact
more
that their
sense.
race is the same. Not really. It's the same type of guy that you're having a problem with. It's the same type of woman. That's it.
So you don't see you feel like there's a problem with that?
I don't know, he
you
can
don't.
work
You,
it up. Something-
no, I'm
something
wondering.
Absolutely not. You want me to, but I'm not. I'm fine. The point is, it's a simple thing that people don't seem to understand. Is that
You're talking about
anytime,
relationships. Relationships are not always logical.
No, it's not logical.
So you're trying to make something logical.
When you
which
try
is
to find the
irrational.
logic, that's when there's a problem. And that's what they deal
We
with.
live in a society where it's not. When you talk about relationships, common sense gets thrown out.
It does get thrown out the window, but that's what causes problems.
So there was never
sometimes
there was
it
never a
does.
point in time in your life where you were like, okay, well, I've dated a black girl for 3 years. I can't date a black girl right now, and let me try to date another outside my race for a little bit. You never just said that.
Well, no. Look. When I was younger, I used to have a certain type of woman, right?
Wow.
I had to have a certain type of woman that was my type. Okay. Then when I got older and I started understanding, oh wait, they're kind of all the same in these ways, and they're kind of all the same in these ways. Those went away. So I think that was in an immature mind of mine. Yeah, it was. I need this type or that type or this type or that type. Once you get older and have a little more experience, you might realize that it's the types of women. It's not the race, it's the types. So that's the difference. You know.
Well, I don't know. If you look at it like that, interesting. But listen,
What do you? I want to hear what do we think from other people? I want to know what anybody else might think or might be saying about these kind of things, and we want to really get into that at some point. It's a lot of different topics that go on there with social issues. That's why it's a good show. All of this is
based on this
the show.
and
Dear
so
white
that's why
people,
we-
man,
We'll have to wait. We'll have to wait for the comments.
Yeah,
If people
we
have
encourage you
to
to-
chime in on that.
Yeah, I know we're running low on time. Next week, here's the thing. I want to, for anybody who has our Facebook pages and things like that, send some questions into comments, because the last couple of episodes we haven't really been able to talk to people. Last week we got cut off a little bit early, which was some technical issues, and then this week we went a little longer than we wanted to. So we want to be able to talk. So next week we're gonna have questions, comments,
it's a Q&A.
Q&A. So everybody, if you have any topics that you want to talk about, if you want to talk about this loaded conversation that we just had today, talk about that.
Watch the show.
Movie ideas, movie, things that you want to talk about, anything like that. Next week is all about that. We're going to have a whole episode based on that. So send in some
we're also
comments.
going to have RJ back, and we're going to talk about the top 5 clubs
Top 5 clubs. We're going to speak a little bit
in
about
Seattle.
where you can meet everything. All types
All
of
types
women,
of things.
all races, all shapes and sizes. They're all out there.
Sharky's going to be on there. Pure 70. That was a good time.
No, we're gonna talk about that,
All right.
and Bear's gonna date himself a little bit by talking about some of the clubs that he may or may not have been to at some point. So anyway, that's mostly the show that we have next week. We're gonna be dealing with comments and questions. So leave comments and questions that you want to talk about and deal with. We're gonna talk about those next week. So Barry, where's the shop at, man? Tell everybody where they can come and get shaped up for the
529
summertime.
North, Kent. You know where it is.
All right.
Let's do this.
And
Yes.
it's sun is coming out, so you want to look fly. You want to get them haircuts.
Only go by appointments though. So
For them ladies that you might see at the Throwback Sizzling Jam.
Different
so
types.
You want to get that. It's gonna be all different types of women. There
Different
now.
shades.
I'm talking about black, white, Asian, Mexican, Latino, everything, Indian,
Buffet.
Samoan, everything, anything you like.
Buffet.
Don't be there looking right. You know they got Drew Hill in there talking about sleeping in bed now.
man,
They're gonna have all of that. You know, Tony anniversary. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. I want to thank our guest, RJ, the host. We'll talk to him a little bit more next week. And until then, bye-bye.
Talk to y'all later.